Hello, Group 1. Welcome to MH Tarot and to your reading. I am so glad to have you here. Let me introduce you to the main card you chose. It looks like this, and it has the number 37, and it says Dharma of Kali. So 37 is also a 1 or a 10, containing a 1 and a 0. And the first message that I want to talk to you about has to do with the future, because I sense that you're a group that is like, okay, I've gotten some things that I know is for me, that is meant for me, and they are part of my past, and maybe they're part of my present moment right now. But there is something that you're very, very curious about when it comes to what is meant for you, something that is to come for you in the future. And you're very eager to get this thing into your reality. And I'm just getting that either it hasn't entered your life yet, but when it will change something drastically. So even if, even if in some way it is already part of your life, it will transform itself into almost like a new shape for you, this thing. So what is meant for you, the thing that Tarot wants to talk to you about, is a thing that is part of your future. So you know what, let's take out some charms. I love charms. And let's see how they complete your main card. Okay, I'm closing my eyes, guys, I promise. Okay, oh, you got 3. Okay, so let's see. We have a bow, a golden leaf, and we have a dress on a hanger for you. You know, this thing, you might know what it is because it has already been like once in your life, but in a in another shape, another form. Like, what is it that I'm trying to say? It will come in the future as brand new, even if you've already encountered it in your past. But the thing is that in your past, it had another shape. There was something that will be so completely different between the thing in your past and the thing in your future. And, you know, when I started your reading, I was hearing like, just don't give up, hold on, like it's coming, just don't give up. So I think this is something that you've been praying about and hoping for a lot. And if you've already encountered it in your life and it was some sort of a disappointment, or it didn't live up to the potential that you knew that this thing had, that is how you will know that it is for you when it comes. So you were actually very on point in the past when this thing has come, knocked on your door, visited you, wanting your attention, something like that, like it wanted space in your life. It was a good assessment you did, that you know there's something off with this. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle your cards or your decks and turn them into cards, and I will do so in silence. You can, of course, join me when I shuffle the cards, the decks, and you can take out your own decks and shuffle them and take out your own cards. Or you can just connect with the cards and the decks in silence, just like me, taking deep breaths, just like me, and setting an intention for this reading. Okay. Let's do this and get the rest of your message. Okay. You know, underneath the deck, you have the Three of Swords. I'm just going to keep it here. I sense that it's important for your message. Okay, so let's see. You got the mystery first. You know, if there's one thing that this thing that is meant for you will do, is it will simplify your life, either by giving you, either or, like everything, but by giving you much more energy in your life to spare, or it will just free up so much time where you will be like, finally I can go deep in some things that I really, really want. Because here's the thing. This thing that is meant for you, I'm not getting any specifics about it yet. When I do, if I do, I will let you know. But I see it as being like an opening. It will be like a first step into something else. Because first of all, it will give you more energy, more time, more peace. You will know what it is because it will match you in the expectations that you have for it. Or it's not as much as expectations, but more that you know the potential this thing have. When it shows up and it lives up to those that potential, you will know that the time is now. Yeah. But the thing is that thing is, it has a purpose. Okay? The purpose is to take you deeper into something that you might be neglecting, maybe even intentionally and consciously. You might be like, who cares, you know? Like, I can do without that. My life has been so great without that, so I'll just like keep on with my life. And there's some sort of you're almost trying to talk yourself into not caring about something that is very, very deep inside of your heart, okay? So there's one step coming in to open you up for the real thing, okay? Sorry, I don't think I read this card to you. It says that this is a sacred journey marker. It has a number 52, and it says the mystery, and you can see the sacred marker here, showing the way. You know, look into your south node and see how it is being affected right now, especially from the eclipse. And yeah, or just, you know, in your birth chart also, and just see if maybe your south node has some aspects that are very active in your life right now, making you like turn away from something that is actually a big part of your heart. Okay? The next one you have is another number 10. So this is an animal guide, and it is the raven, and it says magic, coincidence, synchronistic events. Okay, so by some language, the universe and life are trying to communicate with you that it's time to allow this to happen, to make this happen. So if you're being guided toward taking some action and your south node, then your south node might be sabotaging you on the action phase of making the first step happen, okay? Because what I see is that when the first step happens, that will take care of the second step. But it's like you can't come to that step. That second step can never become the first step before this first thing comes in and like enables the big thing that is very much like, you know, the deepest parts of your heart. It is connected to that. You have the High Priestess. Yeah, life is definitely speaking to you, giving you signs. Just simply put, life wants your attention. Okay, so this is a messenger, and it is the High Priestess with the number 2. and we have discernment, prescience, prophecy, and vision. So you might be watching, tarot readings on YouTube and be getting similar messages, like there's something around you, something is very much surrounding you, and it seems like it's your south node sabotaging a little bit for you, but I think it's quite obvious, the signs, and you might also have just getting tired and given up on signs and like, yeah, I've been seeing synchronicities for 10 years, get over yourselves, and that's okay. Like, you can get back to that state of not caring about signs. That's your right. You have the right to live your life exactly the way you want to. But if you would want to right now, there could be a huge benefit for you to just listen and observe, because a message is coming through for you. I want to take these two. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. You have 42 with letting go. You have 29 with awakening. So in the past, due to disappointments and also an aspect of you being smart, making good discernment about things when they enter your life, you're like, okay, let's have a look at you. I don't know you. I'm a bit suspicious, and that's how I want to be. And you might be applying that a little too much right now. That's a good thing to have, okay? But it's like a piano. It has a lot of these white things, whatever it's called in English, that you press. That, sometimes you press one a little bit too much. It's still good that that one key is there, right? But sometimes you need to go a little bit here, a little bit there, mix it up a little bit. And I think that's the message, or the advice, at least the advice for you, because you are being guided towards a deep, deep wish that you have. Life is now trying to speak to you through some sort of language, if it is by signs, by animal spirits, by feathers, numbers, the list goes on. And it's trying to be as clear as possible with you. And you just need to look into the words that are being spoken to you, because then, the thing is that I'm almost getting that the first thing, it has to do with like something you've tried before. Like, it could be like some sort of routine, some sort of practice. It's a bit hard for me to grasp it. And you're like, nah, I don't believe in that, or I shouldn't do that, or I shouldn't listen to that. And the thing is that you were right at that time, and now you're just being asked to move in another direction on the piano, not to stop being that, because that's awesome, but just try something else now to make sure that you get on this first step that will guide you in a very direct way. Like, it will be clear for you, and it will require actions being taken from you, okay? I see actually a lot of action taking here, but if you don't tap into the deep wish that you have in your heart, you won't know what to do, the actions to take, because it is actually your wish that is meant for you, that is also guiding you towards it. You know, another way of saying it is that what you want wants you. What you're seeking is seeking you. What you're calling out for is calling out for you. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's see. You have patience. You also have abundance. And you have illumination. Under awakening. Okay, so you have illumination, awakening, raven, high priestess, the mystery. You know, there is some sort of blockage when it comes to the deep knowing, the deep. There's a depth, there's a really, really deep depth that there's a block above it. And there is a reason for that block. Of course, there's a reason for that block to be there, where you're like either tired of the depth of things, because you're like, honestly, where's the practicality of that? I want to have the first step. I've had it before. What helped me was actually me being smart, me being suspicious. It wasn't me being like woo-woo or deep or spiritual or something in that corner, you know? And you're being applauded for how you've dealt with this thing in the past. And now you're just being encouraged to look into this blockage and see, oh my God, just like look into it and just see what happens. Because it will be like it will just start to expand for you. Like down in your heart, down to your wish, then your wish will start to guide you, because your wish wants to be found by you. And the thing is that you have the Three of Swords underneath the deck, and you know, it speaks to the thing that is right now mastering the situation for you, that it is hurt, it is sadness, it is disappointment, but also like you're dealing with it, you're not letting it take over, because you've learned that practicality and being smart and seeing things for what they are has worked out well for you. But there's also an aspect of you almost feeling that you have to do that to protect yourself from things coming into your life that is not meant for you. So you're not being asked to stop being smart. Like, how is that even possible? But so keep all of that, but also just look into the blockage and see how you will be guided and how things will expand. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. The first one you have is the Chariot. Yeah, action taking and let's go. There are aspects of your past experience with this that you're supposed to take with you also. You don't have to carry it with you in a heavy way, that's not what I mean, but the smartness of it, how you learned from how things were not for you, how you kicked out things out of your life. Like, there are things about that you're supposed to take with you on your way. You have the Nine of Wands, the Five of Pentacles. Maybe for some of you, you've also felt tricked. Like you trusted someone or something, like that if you would incorporate it into your life, then it would become better. You would feel better, you would reach a goal, something in that area. And you felt almost tricked, and you're like, come on, I'm too smart for this. Like, how could I waste my money? How could I waste my smartness? How could I waste my time? Like, so some of you could have actually felt a bit tricked or something like that. Okay. You have the King of Swords in the middle. Yeah, take that with you. You know, the experience of that, but not the hurt. Because you're only supposed to get stronger and smarter. You're not supposed to like start all over with that. Because when it's like your wish is telling you that when we meet, please take all of this with you, because I will feel safe to be with you. Okay, the Six of Pentacles. You got so many cards. Let's put it a little bit like this. Page of Swords. You know, your mental capabilities will also have like a form of reset or restart, where you can allow yourself a little bit of innocence in your thinking, innocence in how you discern things. So it's not about leaving it all behind. It's actually to know what to do with this, with your capabilities, but take them with you. And I just sense that there is a need that you have to also experience easiness. You know how innocence is in an easy way. That's more the thing with innocence and you. It has to do with things being easy, coming in easy, staying easy, you know, that type of innocence. You have the Nine of Swords. And the last two cards are the Knight of Wands and Justice. Okay, so let me just have a look. There's a lot of cards now. Let me just have a look. So you've definitely tried this over again like before. But the thing is that now what is coming through, it is your wish just wanting to talk to you and be like, please find me, please come to me. Like when this says patience, this is like your wish, the deepest wish is being patient with you actually, and it's quite sweet. And it wants you to feel safe enough to go after it. And what I'm being shown is that you're actually being protected right now. You're being guided. We've already talked about that you're being guided. There are communication happening with you. And there's also an aspect, like, it's almost like your wish has a life of its own, where it is orchestrating things for you to get your attention. And it will do so by like putting sweetness in front of you, putting very like good things for you. It's almost like follow the crumbs until you find me. I know it's hard. I know you've tried this before. I know it didn't work out, but don't give up. This is for you. It will come into your life. You just have to look into a blockage, follow the energies that will come with that, you know, the expansion that will happen with that. And then it will be that you will reach the depth of your heart where your wish is, and then your wish will guide you to this, to itself. It will guide you to itself, and it will receive you. And I just see like two pieces that match so perfectly together, becoming one. And a lot of sadness will end with this too, you know. Okay, I will end your reading here, group one. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I'll see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, Group 2. Welcome to MH Tarot and to your reading. I'm so glad to have you here. Let me introduce you to your main card. It looks like this. It has card number 4 and Kali Mahamaya. Kali Mahamaya. Okay. You know what? Let me take out some charms for you to complete your main card immediately. Okay, so you got the cat, you got the dinosaur, and the dolphin. Okay, so animals, right? And 3 very different kinds of animals. You know, one thing is that right now in your life, things are like happening underneath the surface in a way that is almost like tugging on you. And it is a natural process that is going on right now for you in your life. But I also believe that it can be, you might be going through some very hurtful things and difficult things where you just want to leave. Or you just want to leave some things behind and never see them again, or never have to deal with them at least again in this way. And you know, you're putting a lot of distance between you and some things right now that is pointing you in the right direction for what is meant for you. Let me shuffle your cards, your decks, and take out your cards. I will do so in silence, and I want to invite you to take out your own decks and shuffle them, take out your own cards. That is a great way to complete this message and turn it into a personal one. Or you can just stay with me in silence and set an intention for this reading and ground yourself. Okay. Okay. So, I'm back, you guys. You know, I think that you need to know how far you've come, because I think that you experience what is meant for you as something elusive, that's something that just slips out of your hands, and that has to do with some tricky energies that that is around you or has been around you. You know, it could also be something from the past that was very tricky energy, you know, like yeah, tricky energy that was hard to deal with, but that also stuck around for a very long time. And you just need to know how far you've come, and that those energies won't be around for a long time, because there is movement happening, part of this process that is going on like underneath everything. So you might not even see how this is happening for you. But the thing is that there is a lot of light. It's like a big sunrise that is for you, of a lot of enlightenment, illumination, knowing things for certain, where these tricky energies that can be very, just being surrounded by a lot of question marks all of the time. You know, what is meant for you, I see it actually be like a path that is for you, that you don't feel that you're on right now. That path is very harmonious, but also very enlightened. It is, it contains like many aspects of your life, and they just work in a harmonious way. And the big difference between the old path and the new path that is meant for you is, simply put, that the new path suits you better, right? When things will come to you on that path, it will be much more in agreement with you. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards. You have number 15, awareness. Number 35, initiation. Yeah, walking the right path. And you know, right now, a lot of things are happening for you. They are circulating around you. They are moving things around for you. So I totally get it if you feel a bit chaotic, if you feel a bit nervous, anxious, and having a hard time putting your finger on why. Because I think it's also happening like either underneath the water or up in space. You know, like it's hard to see. But it is to get you in alignment with the path that you're supposed to take. And maybe you don't know the detail. You know how sometimes people say, but you have to know where you're going. You have to know in detail, like how else are you able to manifest it? How else are you able to create it? But you know what? Sometimes you have no idea and things still work out great. And I think that could be applicable for this group, that you just know that you want to feel great about living and feel great about life. And maybe you don't know all the answers and all of the details and where you should work and who you should be. Maybe you don't know all, but you just know that if I get on the right path, things will start to make sense for me, so that I know what is for me. And you're onto something there. So you just need to get in alignment with the path where you're on, and then things will make sense to you. If you don't know what you should do for a living, or what is my purpose, or what is my skill that I can use to support myself, or who is it that I'm supposed to fall in love with, you know, all of those big questions. I feel like it's quite difficult for you to know it now on the path where you're at. And it's almost like you need to move into this new path to get all of those answers. Or even like just being able to ask those questions to get answers. But there is an alignment. First, there's a circulation around you, okay? Things are moving, things are happening, things are coming very close. They're like boiling things, you know. It can hurt, it can be too warm, too hot, you know. But that motion of moving around will become much more aligned soon, much more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, taking you up the stairs towards the right path that is meant for you. Okay, let's look at these. So you have an animal guide and you have another animal, yeah, a dog. Loyalty, sincerity, unconditional love with 19. You know, for some of you, this is a female energy that is messing things up for you. Or has, like, in the past, that is still lingering on, because this could be like a past or an old energy, thing, situation, person that is still able to affect you and still able to give you bad days. You know, when you're supposed to like be on top of things and have energy to deal with things, then this thing shows its face. And you're like, you're so ugly, why do you keep showing up? Like, I don't want you, go away. And still, I'm just getting that you've come so far when it comes to this energy. Like, even if you think that it's still lingering, it has actually already lost its power over you. Okay, another animal guide. You have the dragon with 24, power and strength. But you know, this won't be until the new path comes. You know, there is a shift where you go from being like in a situation where you need help, where you're praying for help, where you're surrounded by a lot of messy energies going round, almost like they're trying to cleanse themselves without even knowing how to cleanse themselves, you know. And then you will get help in a very like natural way. You will get help to get in alignment with the path you're on. When you're there, that is when things will start to make sense to you, fall into place for you, and you will just transform into this dragon. Okay, I'm getting specifically the age 24, like this is specifically for you if you're 24 years old, or that something in this message has to do when you were 24. Okay, let's continue. We have enlightenment. Yeah, didn't we say that your path is full of like enlightenment, illumination, knowing things, forgiveness? Yeah. This thing over here where you are now and where you've been, but to be honest, I don't think you will be able to forgive in a sincere way, not because you're not sincere, but you know, sometimes you just know when you look into yourself, like, okay, I could forgive now, but I know like it has no power to it, you know, and that is okay. That is just where you are in the process. And I just think that you won't come to this phase of forgiveness until this initiation happens for you and you get on the right path where you're supposed to be. Because apparently the power you will have is very much connected to your ability to forgive the past in a way where the past will let go of you and just release the power it has over you. And voyage, you're going places, you know. Can you see it there? Yeah. You're really going places because you have a boat up in the sky. You have two whales, a mommy whale, a baby whale. They're going places. This prophet, angel, something in this card is also going places. And the thing is that I'm almost getting for you that you just want to get on this path that is for you, because you know that it's not just one aspect of your life, it's your whole life. You know, with the enlightenment, that state takes over your whole being, you know, not just the spiritual side of life, no, your whole being. And it's the same here. You can see all of the chakras here in the initiation. It's all of the way, so it's all of your life. So no wonder if you can't put a finger on precisely everything that you want, everything that you should manifest, everything that is for you, because you will take it step by step, because you will trust the path you're on. You will know that that is for you. And the thing is that that path will take you places that is really, really part of your dreams. It will show you things that you've dreamt of seeing. And you will have a sense of, the dragon is like, here I am, I'm taking up my place, my space. Just look at me, like, almost like not caring that much of the old hurts, of shrinking, of also apologizing for everything. You will really just want to shift who you were on your old path to who you know that you are. You just need to get on the right path. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords. The Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Wands. Ace of Cups. Strength. Eight of Cups. Seven of Swords. Ten of Pentacles. You guys, for some of you, where you're going is an amazing job opportunity where you will be blown away. Oh my God, that's awesome. The last card you have is the Emperor and the Strength card and Kali. Someone will emerge to help you out. I'm just gonna say that. To offer you help so that you can move away from these tricky energies, put it in the past. For some of you, you could actually have a very strong imprint on you that is sabotaging how you make an income. That imprint, by all of this, it's carrying a lot of feminine energy, okay? Even if it's not how you're making an income, it is affecting and messing up an aspect of your physical reality that has to do with your basic needs, okay? Because that thing is being very influenced by this feminine energy from the past that has almost attached itself to you. It has made an imprint on you. It is affecting some very basic or foundation in your life. So it can be like your body, the relationship that you have to your body. It can be your mental health. It can be, how you make money so that you can make sure that you have enough to eat, enough to take care of yourself, enough to save. There is an energy that has a big imprint on you that is affecting this in a way that is not good for you anymore. And that is why a lot of things are circulating around you to make sure that this energy loses its grip on you so that you can start to move on. Because, we were talking about your path being all of your life. Okay, so if you have some kind of imprint that is affecting a foundation in your life, that is as good as it affecting all of your life. So no wonder that when this imprint is removed from you, which it is right now. So if you're going through a lot of sadness, heartache, crying, that is why this imprint is being removed from you. When it is, You will be guided towards this staircase, towards the light. Be in alignment on the path, towards the path that you're supposed to be on. When that happens, because that imprint no longer has any power over you, it lost its power, you will be able to forgive. Because, if the same thing keeps happening over and over again, it's very hard to forgive something that keeps happening, right? You need it to stop happen, be safe, have it part of your past, and then start to forgive, to forget, so that it loses its grip over you. And then, oh my God, are you going places? You might be falling in love. You might be getting a job that is the 10 of Pentacles type of job for you. And really, the Queen of Swords is just coming through here to say, let me tell you about your future. She's just looking into the future. And she's talking about things moving in your benefit, to benefit you. But that is impossible on the path where you are right now. You need to switch into the new path. I know I've said it a million times. I just feel like I want you to be there, okay? So she's speaking to you about falling in love, about help emerging for you, so that you can move towards, like a lot of movement. Look, for many of you, you will get a job or a job opportunity that is like, it will blow your mind. It will make so many wishes come true for you. And it will be more than you can ask for. And it's the same thing like if you will fall in love. Then it will never end. It will be like forever coming to you. It will be peaceful and beautiful and maybe a baby, stability, part of reality for you. So those are like the two big specific things, part of the new path. It is like falling in love in a real way, the true love, and an amazing job opportunity, you guys. Amazing. But you're going places, definitely you're going places. You're being put in alignment with this path that is yours. And so just be patient with whatever it is that is going on right now for you, that is stirring the pot for you. Okay, I will end your reading here. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello group 3, welcome to MH Tarot and to your reading. I'm so glad to have you here. Let me introduce you to your main card. You chose card number 22 with Duma Vati, and the question that we're going to answer today is what is meant for you. And you guys have like look at this card, like a big upheaval or like transformation. Something will just crumble and fall away, just disappear, for you to rebuild something new. Okay, let me take out some charms to complete your main card. Let's see. Okay, so we have these. Okay, yeah, so you have the poison symbol, with the skull. You have camera, and you have King Julian. Guys, something is really needing to leave, and that is what is meant for you. But even more, what is meant for you, it is not just for this thing to leave, to disappear. It is actually what is to come for you after that, and that thing, it can't even show itself because of this thing taking up all of this space. And then there is something new happening for you that is much more meant for you. That is, Like this thing that will be part of your future is something that you want to be also part of your past, so that you can, you know, by having time pass, you want to be able to look back and not just have these memories, but also have these memories. You know, I see you being very, what's it called? Denied, that you've been denied so many things that you love, that is part of who you are, that is just so natural for you, that you've been denied to have that or to be that in your life. So now when you look back, it's almost like it's difficult for you to find yourself, because you just see this big effect something has had that has removed some parts of you. And that is why you want to create not just a new future, but also a new past for you. You want to be able to look back and also see yourself in it. Yeah? But you know, you might be going through a big cleanse right now, so you might have like rash, pimples, acne. You might have like a lot of itching in your head, you know, your hair, your head hair, your head. That is part of the cleansing. That is, you're almost going through like a, you know how fire can be cleansing? That is what you could be going through right now. Let me shuffle your decks to, I just want to see the rest of your message and your reading. I will shuffle the decks in silence, and I would love for you to shuffle your own decks when I shuffle mine. That is a great way to take out your own cards and see how they complement the cards that I have taken out. Or you can just simply set an intention, take deep breaths, ground yourself, and just get yourself ready for the message. Okay. Okay, that one flew very far away. I have to go get it. But I'll just shuffle the rest of your cards. Okay, let me just go get the card that flew away. Okay, so I don't know why I flipped this one open. This one also came up in pile 2. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with this one, because this had a lot of energy. So the one that just flew right out of the deck was Thriving. Okay. success. Look how much these two look like each other. But it's like two versions of them. And you have protection. Trees. You know, you might have had your basic needs very much in question for a while or a period of your time. And part of this thing that is meant for you is to stabilize just your foundation. Maybe that is why you're being guided to pile number 2 also, actually, with initiation card number 35. That you just need to know that you will be safe, that you will be okay. And that is definitely where you're going. You know, from here, it's only upwards for you. So you're leaving this behind. You're still the same, but you're still changed into success with this feline, being very powerful, being in its natural habitat also. And there's a lot of things happening behind you, for you, in the horizon almost for you, also there in the horizon. But I think you can see it. I think you can see the things, like where you're going and the things that need to happen for you to be able to feel this safety and safe in your life. And of course, one of these things has to do with something like completely cracking down, completely being destroyed, and there is a toxicity to this. Why it needs to go. The next card you have is power. Okay, initiation and power and angel. Okay, let's see. You have a sacred journey marker of truth with 51. Joy 37. And you have death 46 that turns into a 10, speaking of a new beginning, but a new beginning with baggage. It's not a new beginning like a 1, you know, that is brand new. No, you will be experienced. You will have so much to share with others, but for you, you will be able to do that because you will be in a new situation. Your life will have changed in this matter that is making you feel unsafe, unseen maybe. At least like your needs are not being seen or met. Okay, let's see your tarot cards. You have the Knight of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 8 of Cups, 8 of Wands, Queen of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, King of Wands. Okay, I think you can see it like that. Okay, and the 3 last ones. Okay, 4 of Pentacles, let's push them up a little bit. Ace of Cups next to the 4 of Pentacles, definitely stability. And 10 of Pentacles, yeah. Okay, let me just see that to make sure that you really can see all of your cards. I guess you got more tarot cards than the other ones. Okay. It's a little bit crooked, you guys. You have to bear with me. Okay, let's see. Let me just be a little bit quiet and take all of these cards in, okay? So for those of you that feel like an injustice has been done, has been made, yeah, like an injustice and something wrong that shouldn't have happened, and you gave an honest chance or possibility to someone to show them their best selves or their true colors, and it ended up in you having to leave because you were disappointed. Or you might be going through that right now, actually not being sure if something is for you. Like, what is it that I'm seeing? Not being sure. That could also play a part in this old that has to die. So even if, if this hasn't happened yet for you, that the old has died and just crumbled and disappeared, then you might still be attracting some things, and more specifically, like I want to say some people that are much more a reflection of the past than the future, but you're like thinking that maybe you should give it a chance because you're like sensing that things are changing for you to the better, that you're going in the right direction. So you have to use your discernment to know which ones are not supposed to go with you there. And the thing is that if they are part of your past, or that their energies are very much a reflection of this thing that is supposed to just crumble down and disappear, then they will still not be able to go with you where you're going. Because, okay, let's talk about that. Where are you going? We've already said that a big type of like death, not literal, but a symbolic death where things will disappear, not exist anymore. And what comes after death is a resurrection, a new life will happen because an old life has ended. So what is to come for you is that you can start planning for the future and see how your results, your efforts gives you results. Okay, your results, you will be able to meet them. Okay, they won't be like disappearing or not showing up, being unreliable, and you're like, but I'm giving my best, I'm doing my best. No, you will actually be able to harvest what you sow, and that will give you a sense of stability and reliability when it comes to life. Okay. But the thing is that there's so many synchronicities between this pile and pile 2. But the stability that you are building as a new foundation when this thing here goes away, it is to stay for you, and it will contain, I've already mentioned reliability, and when you just when your life is so good that you know that every day will be fine, that you will be okay every day, that is the type of sensation that will be surrounding you when you're building this new foundation. Because I see you being busy, I see you being like curious and wanting to create new things for you. And to be honest, I also see you leaving things, starting things and be like, oh, no, that's not for me. Oh, that's okay, I'll just try something else. That is also what I see for you, that you will just be curious, trying new things and just exploring, having fun, seeing what is for you, having fun with King Julian, creating memories for yourself. And there is like we've talked about an end, and then there is like this beginning that is centering your reading, because we have an ending here and then we have a beginning over here. So you're and with the Eight of Wands, it's really telling me like you're on your way there. They are aligned to each other like a timeline. So you're on your way there. And this new foundation that you will have will also, yeah, maybe you should watch the second pile, because it has to do with money and financial state. And we were talking about that you've experienced your basic needs not being seen or met. You will be able to do that and some. Okay? You will be able to take care of yourself in such a way that you will almost feel like you need no one to take care of you, because you have so much that you're like, oh, let me take care of you instead. You will have, so it's enough for you, and you can save, and if you feel like it, you can also give to others who might be in need. But also I see that many will be in need of hearing your story and just listening to your experiences with the number 10. We got a number 10, yeah. We also have 2 8s, again, talking about money and finances, the numerology that has to do with the number 8. So you're definitely on your way to building a foundation that is meant for you, where you will be able to take care of yourself, fill your needs, and have a lot of money left over, take care of others, keep on taking care of yourself, and just be in the sensation of knowing that you're safe, that you're well taken care of, that you can take care of yourself, that you don't need anyone if you don't want to, and where you can really plan for the future. Try new things on your way there and have a do-over, a re-over, and not even care. Because you're like, I'm free, I'm feeling good, I love where I am, I'm experimenting, I'm experiencing. So I'm just gonna go with all of this until I find out what is for me, where is it that I want to be. And I actually see you having a lot of fun, being like in one place and be like, I love this, and now I'm moving on. It's that type of energy that is really coming through so strongly for you. But it will start with you being able to see far into the future, like being able to save far into the future, so that you know that you have what you need. And when you do something like do an investment, you will reap the benefits out from it also. But there might be some things right now that you're going through that might be like lingering on from the past. It can be nostalgia, and it can be also like slow moving energies that can be fooling you a little bit. Because they're slow moving energies, you think that they are here to stay for you, and actually it's like, it's just slow moving energy, that's it, but they're actually on their way out of your life also. And then we have, joy and truth as your sacred markers on your journey, okay? Because we have here initiation, also talking about a new start for you, where when it comes to truth and joy, that has to do with things that you will start to ask for and require to get and to have when it comes to relationships and other people. Because you're like, even if I'm grateful for what was, I'm also grateful that I got away from it. I'm also grateful that it disappeared. So now that I'm rebuilding my foundation and doing it in a strong and powerful way, I'm being protected, I'm being guided. I know I'm moving towards success in this. Like, this is a new version of my life, I will ask and require of others that want to come to actually contribute with truth and joy. Because none of these things are hard things. So why not ask for it and receive it and be so grateful when we receive it, right? Just know that if you're in the middle of this fire right now, being cleansed to make sure that the past and the old is not attached to you in some way, just know that you're protected, you're moving upwards, you're reaching high, and you are moving towards success and a new foundation for you where you can start to plan for the future and see how your future actually becomes your present moment, and it will be very much what you wanted or what you expected, and then you will try new things also. Okay, group 3, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I will end your message here, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye.